It's Ketchup Packets.
Hey everybody, I'm Sean.
I'm Nate.
And this is Ketchup Packets. Today we're back with more 3 Body Problem. We have the Season 1 finale, Season 1 Episode 8, called Wallfacer, which was the term that last episode got me excited, Nate.
Yes.
You know that I was happy to hear that word in this story.
You can't see inside our brains.
No, they cannot. So what does that, let's extrapolate a little bit then on what, so you've gotten that far with it, that's in the area they don't have surveillance on is inside a human consciousness. Mm-hmm. So what does Thomas Wade do with that idea?
Well, he was talking about how he wants to cryogenically freeze himself and like keep popping back up. So if he's the only one that knows the entire plan and he never communicates it to anybody and just can keep popping up and giving little pieces of it the whole time, then they can never prepare for it.
Exactly. You can keep making, put pieces in motion. Hey, these people do this, get this accomplished.
Yeah.
But, the only place where the whole plan fits together is inside a human consciousness, right? Is it? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's me spoiling it or anything to just sort of get you to that place. I don't know. Hope people don't feel that way. But
the moment that he kind of realized that our thoughts are locked and they can't access them, I was like, that's the only way that you could really do it, is if only one person knows the full plan.
And earlier, when we first learned about the Sophons, in our discussion then, if you go back and watch that, you can see that I'm trying to kind of steer you towards this concept, being like, so what do you do against an enemy that has total surveillance capabilities? And I was seeing if you would get into that, well, they can't surveil inside your brain, but it doesn't occur to you right away.
Well, I was even thinking that they possibly could.
Could read our thoughts?
They could, or at least map our neurons.
Yeah, but I think the conversations with Evans are a good way for them to show us that that's outside their capabilities. They have to talk with him and listen to what he says in response in order to get any sort of read on what he's thinking. So, yeah, I think that was the show's way of where, if you sat down and thought about it, you'd realize, no, the Sophons aren't capable of reading our minds because they have that in there.
That's a scary concept in itself. Just that you can't write it down and lock it away.
You can't say it to yourself in the shower.
Right, yeah. You'd have to almost create, if you wanted to do anything like that, you'd almost have to create a code with different people only knowing different pieces of the code.
You can't create the whole key, because, anything, you just have to memorize it. There is no solution that prevents you, that gets you out of just having to memorize the plan if you're in the Wallfacer position.
He's going to be tasked. I mean, if anything happens to his body over the course of all that time being cryogenically frozen, then they have all these pieces in motion and they don't even know how they fit together.
Yeah,
God.
It's a tricky situation. Should we dive into the season finale of 3 Body Problem Season 1?
Yes.
Let's
do it.
Let's do it. We have a Patreon. You can click on that link in the description and help support the channel. It's ahead of the content that's on YouTube, so yeah, go check that out if you want to. Thanks for the support.
The question some experts are asking.
You don't find it depressing?
What?
That aliens are coming?
Yeah.
There's an alien invasion. They think we're bugs?
Yeah.
Do you even remember my name?
Of course. I mean, where were my ancestors 400 years ago? Somewhere in Africa, right? Most of them. Could they imagine me in a world like this? No. So why should I get bent out of shape about what the world might look like 400 years from now? I have no control over it.
I just understand what he means. It's too far away for our minds to be able to be worried about it.
Yeah.
I get it. You're a cynic. Does it say how far away it is?
It's 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Listen,
Why are you following me? I already regret meeting you.
Yeah.
What if you have one kid? And that one kid has one kid. Eventually, humanity will die out, and then we don't even have to worry about it.
Jesus, Saul?
What an idiotic train of thought.
Silver Prius.
Whoa! Jesus Christ! Yo!
Oh, shit!
What in the world just happened?
Jesus Christ. I sort of thought she was going to be like important in some capacity.
Oh,
New character or
I didn't
something.
know who she was.
Damn.
Yeah, but she's gone now.
Damn, dude.
Nora.
He did know her name.
He just remembered it.
What the fuck is this?
Here's the thing. Wen met one person before she left the country, and that was you. 3 days later, she's murdered in China.
Okay, so she is gone.
Then someone tries to murder you.
No one tried to murder me. There was an accident.
The car that hit Nora was under autonomous control.
What?
It was self-driving.
I know what autonomous means.
The 2 cars that collided on the street were under autonomous control. Reason to believe that someone or something hacked into the onboard computers of all 3 cars seconds before the accident.
Like a tiny little.
What could do
computer.
that? Yeah.
Some kid on a skateboard bumped into you. That's why you're alive.
Okay, so that's the only part that wasn't an attack.
Put them on. They're bulletproof.
Whoa.
They mean business.
Yeah. Damn. That's a big to-do.
Escort jets.
Yeah.
Welcome home.
An NYPD helicopter.
Mr. Duran, my name is Sebastian Kent.
I just know that actor, that's why I'm laughing, because that's the big head from Silicon Valley.
Are you the one that's going to tell me what's going on?
I'm afraid I'm not authorized to do that, but you'll hear it straight from the top. I promise. If you'd like to follow me.
Can somebody please tell me what's going on? How far are you willing to go?
Before they
Before
tell you. I mean, look at all their guns
I
and
know.
black SUVs. You do what they say.
Got it, clear.
Come on, that's a cool coat.
Definitely.
It's tactical.
And he's the only one who's got that on. Tactical stuff is lame. It's not
Yes,
tactical. It's
that's
actually
right, yes.
The 4th meeting of the Planetary Defense Council has arrived at the final item on its agenda.
cool. Okay, nice. More CCH Pounder. She was here for a second in an earlier episode.
They are the perfect, invisible spies. We face an enemy far more powerful.
They're almost certainly in this room right now,
Yep.
is what I would say in
An
this
enemy
speech.
that thinks we are bugs. An enemy that watches our every move.
This
So,
is bleak laid out this way. This is brutal.
I'm saying, this is why we need to take extraordinary steps.
we have chosen 3 people to formulate and direct strategic plans. They will develop these plans entirely in their own minds, sharing them with no one.
As you were saying, a single person is vulnerable to dying or being gone or whatever. You can't have one Wallfacer.
Right.
We shall
Need a
call them
few of these.
Wallfacers after the ancient
all
Buddhist
working with the
name
same plan.
for meditators.
No, they
No,
can't.
They can't, yeah.
The Wallfacers never need to explain their actions and commands, regardless of how incomprehensible their behavior may be.
Cool.
Now,
Nice work
on
if you can
behalf
get
of
it.
the United Nations, the first Wallfacer, General Hu Bo Lin. General Hu's books on military history are taught around the world.
I'm so excited for this part of the story to start, and I'm so annoyed this is the last episode of the
Yeah,
season.
right, dude. You're gonna have to wait a while.
The second Wallfacer, Professor Layla Arich. Miss Arich came to prominence fighting ISIS in Raqqa. And finally, the third Wallfacer, Saul Durand.
Nobody was gonna tell me any of this. What?
Mr. Durand, if you please.
Yeah, the other two do not look surprised.
Yeah.
Durand been chosen for the most difficult mission in human history. Shouldering this great burden.
Yeah, he's just like 1,000 miles away now.
Yeah.
They just put me in charge of defending against the aliens.
Right. And they shouted out the other two's like accolades in
Exactly.
like
yeah.
warfare.
They shouted his accolades too about his physics credentials.
I guess.
You know?
He's made a
But-
mistake.
Perhaps. We won't know for a very long time.
It doesn't make sense. I am a low-level researcher. Layla Erich, she's a hero.
Right.
Why were you chosen? Let's just say the enemy knows why.
I'm not special.
But I want to know why.
They The enemy?
I mean,
no one asked me if I wanted
could
this.
be
No one
the
explained
very
anything to
fact
me.
that
If
we
we
saw
had
the
asked you, would
Sophons
you have
tried to
come?
kill him.
Of course not.
Means
Yeah.
he's important.
Oh, yeah.
He knows something. They tried to kill him specifically.
Right.
I won't do it, okay? You got the wrong man.
I understand.
So I'm free to leave?
You're free to do anything.
You were always free to leave.
Yeah. It's like you reject it, but you're still it though.
You're still a Wallfacer because part of your powers includes refusing to do anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can do whatever you want. Yeah, how do you say I reject the designation of you are now ungoverned?
You're right, yeah.
It's like, okay, that's fine. You can reject it.
Your call, bro.
Let me get a security team to escort you.
I don't need a security
Mr.
team.
Duran.
I'm not a Wallfacer.
Yes, you
I'm
are.
never gonna be a Wallfacer, so unless I'm...
We just made you one.
At least let me walk with you.
No.
Yeah, I mean, so you're already using your authority, Saul.
Yeah.
He claims he's not, but it would be impossible not to wield that.
This would be kind of annoying to be handed all that and then just be like, no, I don't want any part of it. And everyone's just like, yeah, okay, whatever you say, bro.
Well,
Gonna be okay. You just need to breathe. All right? And out.
maybe you should start thinking about what ideas you might have, Saul.
Yeah.
Because it seems like
Right.
they don't like them.
Ooh,
Yeah.
rejected.
Yeah, I think the experience with Will has made her realize that she doesn't love Raj.
Yeah.
You've got one broken rib, a little internal bleeding. It's not bad, considering you got shot by a 338 sniper round.
How did that happen?
Bulletproof coveralls saved your life.
There are still people operating on behalf of the
fucked up.
aliens. They
That's
weren't
true,
all on
yeah.
Judgment Day, I guess.
It was my fault. You wanted to protect me and I didn't let you.
Will you let me now?
I just got shot. Sure.
NYPD caught the shooter.
I'd like to see him.
You want to see the guy that tried to kill you?
Yeah, why not? You need info.
Know your enemy? Didn't Sun Tzu say that?
I don't know. I'm from Manchester.
I mean, you should probably read Sun Tzu, given the situation
Yeah.
we're all living in here.
Let me charge you security, not arranging meetings with people that want you dead.
Then who do I call to wield my authority?
Right.
Thank you.
You're a Wallfacer. Your word is my command.
Yeah, but I'm not a Wallfacer.
Yes, you are. Good luck with that.
You don't get it,
Yeah.
do you?
Everyone gonna smile at me like that from now on.
Now what?
Like they think they know something about me, but can't say.
What? Okay.
God, this would be a thing too, where like if you're inside of this whole operation, it's like you just can't talk about stuff sometimes. You can't if they're maybe they do know something.
Exactly.
You just can't say.
Who is Saul Durand and why was he?
This would be a trip, man. I would assume that I was like dreaming still.
That
Like,
you
yeah.
given ultimate authority?
Yeah.
I'll talk to him alone.
You sure you want to do that?
I'm going to stay. This gentleman knows what he's doing.
I'm sorry. You shot me with a sniper rifle. You're sorry?
Sorry I didn't aim for your head.
Oh, well, yeah, his head was unprotected, it's true.
You think you're clever? It's not your fault. I thought I was clever too before I learned the truth.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
What's truth? If they're so fucking superior, why do they care if I live or die?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
You tried to murder a man that you've never met on the directive of aliens that you've never met. Why? What the fuck is wrong with you?
He's not going to have the answer to that
Yeah.
question.
I've gone to be a soldier in the army of the Lord.
Yeah, dude.
He's a true believer.
Take any, you know, slightly unhinged person, slap up an image of the the alien on their TV screen and then just tell them to do stuff, and they might just go ahead and do it.
Exactly. Anybody could wield the political power of this threat.
Yeah.
I want to go home.
Travel runs through Kent. Hold on.
That would also
Mr.
be
Durand,
frustrating.
Glad to see you on your feet again.
Having to take orders from somebody who has ultimate authority who thinks they
your job?
don't.
Yeah.
They just want to go home.
Liaison with the Planetary Defense Council.
PDC.
Day-to-day liaison.
Yes, sir.
But I'm not a Wallfacer anymore.
That's a good one, guy.
So why are you still here?
I'm in charge of your day-to-day liaison.
Yeah, nothing has changed, is why.
It's because it's like we're not communicating.
So if he still holds the authority, then he can be like, okay, I'm a Wallfacer, you're fired.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Just like fire everybody who speaks to you.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it matters whether you truly are a Wallfacer. What matters is what people believe, and non-people.
Well, then they understand that I rejected the position.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
I can see some value
A
to
Wallfacer's work is carried out in scenery.
give a ton of authority to people who aren't doing anything, and it wastes their surveillance capacity.
Yep.
Why was I chosen?
No one knows.
What?
No one knows.
Yeah.
There's gotta
Who
be-
chose
maybe-
him? Like somebody
Yeah.
knows why they
8 billion people
wrote his
on the
name
planet.
down.
Yes, but no one knows the real reason. You'll have to find your own answer.
What does that even mean? What's the indirect reason?
I believe you'll know when the time is right.
God.
It's been a pleasure to meet you again.
It's like talking to the Oracle in the Matrix.
It is, but she's the UN Secretary General.
We're taking a huge gamble on you. I don't expect to live long enough to see whether it pays off, but I pray that it does.
What gamble?
That you'll come up with something.
Yeah. So wacky. I would like to know as a viewer why he was chosen. I hope that at some point over the course of this series that we are given that information somehow.
Our friend is being launched into space tomorrow. I'd like to see him off.
Of course, Mr. Durand.
Yeah, just get used to it, I guess, right?
Yeah. And then I want a all expenses paid trip to Hawaii for 6 months and all the weed I can smoke.
We're just gonna have to keep watching the show, Nate. Because, yeah, there would be a strong impulse to do those kind of things, wouldn't there?
Yes. Huh.
Okay. You're just gonna. I guess you put it on,
Yeah,
right?
for sure you do.
What are they gonna show her? What are we about to learn now? Well, they're not even gonna tell us.
Oh no, they
what
have
experience
to.
she's about to have in there. Oh no. Just reminding us that Tatiana is here being spooky and causing problems.
Yeah.
So the Staircase Probe is a book 3 storyline, and like the main meat of book 2 is the Wallfacer project.
Okay.
So it's like
We're kind of setting everything up all together here.
we've covered most of the events of book 1 by now, but 2 and 3 are both thicker than the first one. So. Rocket launches are wild.
Yeah.
We really do that. Raj, what is that look, man? You really like, of course she's extremely emotionally invested in this. Why? Raj bothers me.
Oh, yeah.
Don't like him.
So I wonder if you'd be able to see the nukes from Earth.
Yeah, maybe like little blips up there, a few of them.
They're very bright, from what I've
never seen one.
You were lucky. I know. They really want him dead. That's why we know he's worth it, right? My enemy's enemy.
Yeah, I really think like the main reason he was chosen is because the Santi tried to kill him.
You have a choice. No. Then I'm okay with it.
You wonder if they tried to kill him the moment he was picked.
Oh yeah, that's true. Which came first?
Yeah.
Actually, a couple of hours before the capsule reaches the first detonation. You want to get some air?
She purposely walks away. She purposely walks away as soon as Raj shows up.
Yeah, it's a little strange. I mean, if I was Raj, I'd be like, what the hell, man? What gives here? I don't really get it, but whatever.
You can't force her to stop feeling that way, though.
Right, totally.
Remember last year? When we were worried about whatever the fuck we were worried about?
Yeah.
A lot has changed.
I want to go back in time and punch myself in the face.
I don't know if that would really help anything.
They didn't tell you why you were chosen.
Nope. I have an idea, though. Nah, stupid.
Come on, you gotta say it.
No, he can't.
Oh, because if he's right, then they'd hear it. Yeah.
How much of this show now is going to be people not saying stuff? A lot of it.
First stage boosters 1, 2, 3, and 4 have been ejected successfully. Expecting telemetry confirmation of pyro firing and deployment of the sail for harnessing nuclear detonations.
Oh, there's the sail. It's all furled up.
Yeah.
Whoa! It's cool.
Crazy.
It's cool to see the staircase probe visually depicted, having read the book that talks about it. Ooh, look at how far away the sail is.
Yeah. Why not, you know? Well, so we got that far. It's only whatever. How many nukes did they get?
Nominal sail
30 or something.
300, I
Probe
think.
acceleration via successive nuclear detonations.
The original plan was 1,000 when they were going to send a whole person, but then they reduced it to a brain with 300.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Whoa!
1.
Whoa! Kablamo!
That's cool. I was wondering how they were gonna protect the probe from, but that makes sense.
It's just so far back.
Yeah.
First detonation successful. Case the capsule is traveling at 57 kilometers per second.
You have a little hole in the center that the bombs pass
second
through.
detonation in 5,
Super cool.
4, 3.
Feat of engineering, for sure.
Third detonation successful. We're now traveling at 80 kilometers per second. Still receiving good telemetry from the spacecraft.
I guess I thought that the bombs were going to be further apart and on a longer time scale of how many times we're hitting them. You know?
Right,
I didn't realize there was such a rapid succession.
There was no reason why they have to be far apart.
Oh no!
No! No.
Yeah, well, you are nuking it over and over again.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
Be advised we've had an anomaly. Trajectory is deviating from the predicted value. Let's get a second set of eyes on this.
Okay.
Mission. Can you confirm these readings with the Doppler from Greenbank?
But remember what Wade said, that the research that went into doing this is valuable in a number of other ways. And that this was sort of just the excuse to do that research, but still.
I don't think now would be the time to be saying all that, though.
No, I'm trying to brightside the failure of the project. You sent Will out into the black void of nothingness.
God. It wouldn't even have to be messing up attaching the cable, you know, when you're nuking something, shit just happens sometimes. This was all theoretical to begin with. And it worked for a second.
It did. Jin, you tried. I mean, it'd be impossible not to be upset about it, but it's it was such a long shot to begin with. You did a pretty good job.
Yeah. Your 7 days is up, bud. That was a rain joke.
We hope you're enjoying your flight, Mr. Wade.
We're sorry the staircase project failed. We would have liked to meet Mr. Downing. And we hope to meet you.
Confirmation
if
that
your
they're
hibernation technology works.
watching you would be scary, even if you already knew.
Yeah, you can't travel by plane. They'll fucking kill you.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah. Oh, man.
He's already on board now.
We want you to know there will be a place for you when we arrive. You are part of our plan.
What?
What does somebody like him do with, you know, that's a good way to get inside his head. Be like, yeah, keep doing what you're doing. We like it. That's what we're gonna use that. Oh.
We'll always be with you. Every room you enter, we'll already be there waiting for you. Whatever we want you to see, you will see.
Oh.
Until the day you die.
Oh, Jesus!
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's...
Psychological terrorism on this one dude.
So anybody who gets too good at building a defense against them will just go totally insane. Because they have an illusion generator in that computer that's here. Whew.
Fuck.
6,000 years before he passes another star. Don't think he'll fall into its gravity well. Maybe another 5 million years before he leaves the Milky Way.
You were the two.
It's not a bad final trip, honestly.
You understand that we're still a few million times slower than the Santi?
Slow, we're dumb, and we die easy.
Yeah, but you got time to think.
Come on, go for a drive.
As a Wallfacer, I demand you give me the bottle back.
Oh, he's gonna go show them the power of bugs.
Yeah, we get it, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them.
People hate bugs. We swat them, zap them, step on them. Look around. They're not going anywhere.
There we go. It's good inspiration.
Yeah.
A mosquito-infested swamp. Cicada swarm.
For the bugs.
Hey, come on. Drink that.
Dude.
Okay, that's a good image to end it on.
Yeah.
A reminder, maybe we are bugs. Don't count us out yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Season 1 of 3 Body Problem.
God, I understand, like, the analogy and what he was trying to illustrate, but, like, the reason why insects have been so successful evolutionarily on our planet is because they are individually fragile, but generally simple and can reproduce by like the thousands at a time.
Right.
So like you can exterminate 100 million of an insect and there will, you know, within a couple generations, they'll just like regenerate.
Yeah, exactly. You know? They've got special characteristics that make them resilient against our attempts to destroy them.
Right.
I see the analogy as holding, you know?
Yeah, but
I think human beings can have special characteristics. It's not the same exact special characteristics. We have special characteristics that might make us resilient to the enemies, to the more advanced enemies' attempt to eliminate us from their environment.
Let's go through those quick. So we can lie.
Yes.
We can use stories to relay concepts.
Mm-hmm.
And this is seemingly something the Santi can't really comprehend.
Well,
or has a very difficult time decoding it.
I think they can do it to a degree, and I think Evans may have... Somebody in our comments said Evans committed an unforced error by agreeing when Sofan said, so the story is a lie about a liar. He shouldn't have agreed to that's what it was, because the fact that the game uses like allegorical depictions of the situation on the Santi planet means that they, at least in some capacity, can understand the value of using a story to impart information to, like, I don't think we weren't seeing real historical scenes from their history in the game. They were sort of just depicting the gist of how it all went down. And so I think that Evans could have better explained what the deal was with the fairy tales, and in a way he kind of created a misunderstanding there that then led to the...
That's a good point.
So it led to what happened. So I think, but they can't lie because they're telepathic with each other. And they also said that the big thing with us is that we advance exponentially instead of linearly, you know? So
that's right. We advance much faster than they do in general.
Our advancements compound on themselves, you know?
That's true.
So that's, I don't know, that could be something good for humanity as well. And, you know, the way Saul was talking about how, like, what were my ancestors 400 years ago doing? I don't even know. So what will my descendants 400 years from now be up to? What will humanity look like by the time this confrontation is taking place?
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy to think that, like, within our lifetimes, there was no such thing as, like, a cell phone, I don't think. Like, when we were born, the internet happened, like, when we were, you know.
The first human flight was in 1903, and we were on the moon in 1969.
Yeah, that's wild.
66 years from the first flight to on the moon. So yeah, we do advance pretty fast when we are motivated to do so. So yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm just also trying to think about, like, I feel like at a certain point, you know, poor Wade's now getting terrorized. Like, it seems like that would be a potential for, it seems like they can turn any person into a weapon just by, you know, making them hallucinate.
Yeah,
literally a call from God or something like that to go kill this guy.
Exactly, you could do that, or at the very least you can turn any enemy of yours into a lunatic, you know, and like you stop them being able to think clearly or do anything. Yeah, I mean, just if you put horrible visions in Wade's eyes constantly, he can't do anything except for scream and clutch his head.
Well, that requires it, like, one sophon.
It ties up a sophon, yeah.
Right,
they only have 2.
Maybe you only need to do it once a day for like 2 minutes.
Exactly,
that would be enough for me to be like, I'm out. I can't deal with this anymore. You know, like, well, I'm maybe a weaker person than him, but it would still be difficult to not know if the person I'm talking to is actually in the room.
But you'd also know you were on the right track if they were doing that to you. Like, that's kind of what he said as well. He's like, I guess I'm doing something right, you know? So it's, yeah.
I feel like a big part of this plan too, like some piece of somebody's plan has to be like, we have to find and destroy these sophons. We have to figure out how to, like, detect them or put them in a place that
they're protons. It is like a piece of an atom. It's impossible to detect. You can't, especially when they can interfere with all the particle accelerators, which are the only machines that could possibly detect them in principle. I don't know. It's
we have to tie them up somehow. We have to take them out of play for like certain periods of time so that we can. They're trying. I get it.
They talked about that. They can move at the speed of light. They can circumnavigate the Earth in 8 seconds. They said, you know. So it's
it just makes it. That piece of this makes it so much more difficult to actually put anything into motion because,
well, it's why you need something like the Wallfacer project.
Yeah, but even then, it's like we were saying, like, he almost died twice, and like, how much longer are you expecting these Wallfacers to like be dealing with that level of psychological torment of knowing that, like, around any corner, any machine could kill you? You know, she could have killed him right in the plane right then.
Yeah, but she didn't for some reason.
Yeah.
No, it's true.
It's almost like you would start to be under the impression that, like, they already know our plan. Our plan is playing into their plan perfectly. You know, like,
it'd be hard not to be hopeless.
Yeah, exactly.
They're formulating everything they're doing based on what they're seeing us do. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. It's a very challenging problem. That's all I can really say about. But okay, so in terms of my knowledge of the future of this story, this episode was very intriguing for me for a few reasons. Because, like I said, the meat of Book 2 is the Wallfacer project. But in Book 2 of this series, which is called The Dark Forest, there are 4 Wallfacers named, not 3, like on this show. And I remember those characters' names. And neither one of those people that we saw named as Wallfacers on this show are the characters from the book who are named Wallfacers. So I think that's cool, especially with a story element like this, where it's like people executing a secret plan that we don't really get to see the full picture of until it's like, okay, now go. I activated the trap card, you know, like that kind of thing. So it would be boring for book readers to watch this show and for them to have the same Wallfacers doing the same things, where it's like, well, I know what this person's plan is, so I, you know, just watch all the pieces fall into place. And, you know, so like it would make book readers kind of take away the intrigue of that piece of the story to just do the same one. So I'm thinking we're going to get some fresh Wallfacer plans for the show that it's not going to be the same ones that I already know about. So I won't be able to say that till after we watch later seasons and we can confirm or deny that, but I don't know. There might be some new stuff because, like, the character profiles even of the people they brought up there didn't exactly match the people that they name as the Wallfacers in the book.
Yeah,
either.
so in the book they were specifically certain people that, but so you're saying that the credentials of the people that they picked are different, have different strengths.
They were sort of similar, you know, like I can think of who they were probably supposed to be, but again, there's 4 of them in the book and only 3 here, so it's, yeah, I mean, and obviously Saul and his character's name in the book is Luoji. But, and everybody, the other 2 were different. I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to, I don't want to spoil anything, but like, I'm intrigued that the Wallfacer project might unfold with different details on the show than it does in the book, in order to keep the same essence for the audience of like, I'm seeing pieces of somebody's plan be put into play and I have to try to figure out what it is they're attempting to do.
Right.
Because the Wallfacers all kind of have like they know that anybody watching their work, including the enemy, will be trying to put together what is the, you know, what are they working towards. So they all sort of operate on a like, here's my plan that somebody sitting down to figure out the plan would sort of put together on the things.
Yeah,
and then
right.
here's the one underneath it that I'm actually, like, they all have sort of a double-faced thing of like, here's what people would conclude I must be doing, and then here's what I'm actually doing beside that, you know? So it's like, it's a tricky position for them to be in, and it's cool the way that it's written, so
Based on what you've told me about these books, man, I don't even know how you, like, read them. Just be
I
like,
listen to the audiobooks, so yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure. But even that, it's like, you know, or how does a writer even, like, write that concept out, you know, for somebody to not, like, have to reread the sentence 4 times before they actually understand what they're trying to say,
yeah,
you know?
it is
pretty,
definitely complicated, but it's well done, and yeah, the plans I can...
It would have to be well written in order for that to, for a lot of this stuff to be able to actually, like, track.
Well, like you were saying in the earlier episode, the very nature of this story means that this writer must be so smart, you know?
Yeah.
Like, to be able to even think of this stuff and put these things together, and yeah, there is, like, I think forward to events that are depicted in this story later on, and I am just, like, I can't believe they're really gonna put all this to TV. And if this season seemed like it already had some pretty nuts stuff, like slicing up the ship and everything like that, like, we have seen nothing in terms of the kind of, like, depicting the future and things like that. There are some very bizarre elements of the future in these books that I don't know if they will be able to try and commit to television. Like, I don't even want to say in case they are there, because it's really weird, but like, some things about the ways human culture changes that would be hard to depict, and also like be culturally sort of, you know, unnecessarily inflammatory in our own time, maybe. I don't know.
Sure,
Like, there's stuff where, you know, if you're making a prediction about the way culture will look in a couple hundred years, you're making a social statement in the present, inevitably, right?
Right,
you know,
right.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense. It would be difficult in today's climate.
I think book readers probably know what I'm talking about, and yeah, leave cryptic comments about that so we don't spoil anything for Nate. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, so the last thing I kind of wanted to talk about, I guess, that's on my mind is, I was certain that the Will's brain in a jar plan was gonna work.
You were thinking that was the audience's way to like see the enemy fleet and stuff like that? And
not even just that. It was mostly like there was all this build up. This character was with us since the kind of the beginning.
Yeah.
And like this seemed like such an important part of the story. The fact that it kind of just fails was a twist that I really wasn't expecting. I always entertained the possibility in my head that like it could, but I was also like, it doesn't really make sense narratively for them to have put all of it. We as the audience want to see that to its conclusion. We want to see where it goes. We want to see the part where Will's brain gets captured and he gets rebuilt, and they're
exactly, yeah. You're right. Narratively unsatisfying is a good way to put that.
They gave us all of the...
spend so much time on it, and yeah.
Well, just even giving us all the potential of like, well, they could do this, or they could do that, or they could, and it's like, well, which one are they gonna pick? And it's like, none of them.
None of them. Well, yeah, it went off course, but it didn't explode on the launch pad. The probe wasn't destroyed by any of the nukes or anything. It's just in the wrong place. So...
Right. And, you know...
6,000 years before it passes the nearest star, so...
Yeah, that's true.
We'll see what happens, I guess.
But also, you know, if something gets a little bit off track, you know, in space, and it's going, You know, it's supposed to be going like this direction, and it's going like this direction as it goes. It's like
space is very big, and angles magnify.
Matter, yes, quite a bit. So I just wonder. I'm curious about what happens with that, because I really think that just leaving it, putting such an important character that we are supposed to invest in emotionally so much in that place, and then not having it pay off. First of all, would be interesting narratively from like this situation has. It's just like the real life of it all.
Yeah, it's hard to make that work, and it didn't work.
It didn't work, and Will's out floating out there forever. But also, like, I just really want to see what you do.
Exactly. It's too intriguing to leave it there. Yeah. Well, and I think I already, I did mention a couple of times, the Staircase Probe is a book 3 storyline. So, you have to question, like, even from a book standpoint, like, why is a storyline included? Is that really the end of that story? It doesn't feel like the end of that, right?
Exactly.
So, yeah.
So maybe we have something to look forward to, but
I think we have the next season of this show to look forward to whenever it comes. I hope that's not too long from now, but
yeah.
And we hope you'll all join us for season 2 when season 2 comes back. But thanks for watching through this season of 3 Body Problem with us. And we have other sci-fi reactions on this channel, and movies and other genres of show and stuff too. So yeah, just watch every single video on our channel after you finish this one, please.
That would be awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm Sean.
I'm Nate.
This is Ketchup Packets. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.